when I was a medical student, a first year medical student, one of our professors asked us, what is normal? What is normal? So obviously we thought, our opinion was that whatever is majority, that is normal. And he just said, okay, so if you're in a mental asylum, how would you define normal? Would you say what is majority is normal? Then you are abnormal. If you are there as a physician or a psychiatrist, then you are abnormal. And that made us think. And that stayed with me for a long time because, that was my first lesson in understanding that normal is a very fragile term. It's not as simple as it sounds, right? Yeah. So this is what I want to emphasize today. Most of us have grown up with this belief that, there is a right way to feel, to think, to work, to learn, to behave, to communicate, and that's defined by culture. It's a cultural thing, right? For example, culturally, if you look at it, somebody who can sit still for a long period of time, somebody who's able to focus for a long period of time, somebody who is very organized at everything, or somebody who can tolerate a lot of noise. I just want to emphasize this point that, our world is made up of people with different abilities. Just like in nature, you have biodiversity. And that biodiversity is very important in strengthening the ecosystem. And the same way, we need different types of minds to enhance society and culture. So you could have people who are good at details. There are people who are very brilliant with details, people who are very good at seeing patterns and systems, or there are people who feel very deeply, they see things that others don't see. And sometimes people just, they're very good at just spotting something new. They're spontaneous and they just instantly get that novelty angle. But these people will look like failures in the typical system. The point I'm trying to make is, if the environment is not a good fit, then the difference becomes a deficit. It becomes disabling.
What you're saying is that this has to be identified from a school level.
Yeah, there are even adults who sometimes feel that maybe they're neurodivergent and they would like to go for testing because now there's more information available. But like you said, let me make it clear that this is not an abnormality, so you don't need to get tested.
Correct, yeah.
In fact, I would advocate that all our environments need to be modified so that both groups of people, whether you're neurotypical or neurodivergent, you still are able to use everything and thrive. For example, when you look at physically disabled people, right? Correct. So earlier, it was more of a medical model where we looked at disability as a deficit.
I know in India, it was seen more of a curse of some past life, something, or families, your parents did something,
exactly.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Correct. But see, now the social model, I would actually advocate for that, where it looks at disability as something which becomes an inconvenience when the environment is not right.
Correct.
So for a disabled person, if they're put in an environment where they can also access all the things that other people can, then it is not a disability anymore. It's not a deficit anymore, right? Correct. So the same way, if we have an environment where different types of minds can do their best, then people don't feel that disability. They feel that they are strong enough, they fit in well, right? Correct. It's not about screening children. It's just about recognizing that many of us may be neurodivergent. It's that normal.
Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed this segment Unpacking Us. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all our future content.